So the question is, do we have information on how many are children, how many remains are children, and have there been DNAs that have been specific to child victims reported?
You know, that's a tough one, right? And I'd love to say there's none. I don't know the answer because we're not recovering whole bodies. I think I talked about it before. We're picking up ash. Some of it's crumbling. So here's what I can tell you is there's 13 folks that we've released their names, and you see their ages. We do know at some point we will be releasing some names of some children, but we don't have them identified. I know that we've recovered some that we believe to be. I don't know the exact number because we just don't have that. So we have to get that as a community, as a world society. We have to understand that that's going to happen. And so we'll get that when we can. But I really honestly can't give you the exact number because we're still sorting through it, which is why the plea for the DNA is so important. And so the question is, if you feel that you've got a family member that's unaccounted for, give the DNA. If you've got a family member that's unaccounted for, do the report. Let's figure this out. And so just a name with no callback doesn't help anybody. And so we want to not create panic and pandemonium. We want to deal with what we know is there. And we've got the area that we're searching, and we're doing everything we can to get those remains and to do that recovery. So as far as the DNA, I'm gonna leave it over to that. But I do know that on the lists of 1,100, we don't have any children listed on that.
Boo! Boo! Rubbish! Filth! Slime! Muck! Boo! Boo! Boo!
To the woman. Okay.
I think I'd like to follow up from my perspective on the minor victims, the children. So this list that we have, again, sometimes there's not enough information to identify much about the person. Sometimes, again, as the chief mentioned, we only have a first or last name. That being said, of the unidentified, of the people on the list we're still trying to get more information on, we don't have anyone on the list that we know they have a date of birth that shows they're a minor. That doesn't mean, as the chief mentioned, there are not minor victims. I don't know the answer, but on all of our lists, we don't have any names currently that show a date of birth of someone who is a child.
This motherfucker right here.
Are you serious right now, bro?